Alright, let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt like you were being played emotionally, mentally, or spiritually? Maybe you couldn't quite put your finger on it, but deep down, you knew something wasn't right. Here's the truth, manipulation is everywhere. And when it comes to relationships, it can be subtle, even invisible, if you're not paying attention. Today, we're diving deep into how to avert manipulation by a woman, not with anger or games, but with clarity, self-control, and, most importantly, Stoic wisdom. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll not only spot manipulation from a mile away, but also know exactly how to deal with it in a way that makes you stronger, not bitter. Why manipulation happens? Why does manipulation even happen in relationships? Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about vilifying anyone. Manipulation often stems from insecurity, the need for control, or even learned behavior. But here's where most people get stuck. They think the solution is to change the other person. Nope. The Stoics teach us that we can't control others, only ourselves. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So, the first step is recognizing that manipulation only works if you allow it. It's about controlling your reaction, not the other person's action. A relatable anecdote. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine this, you're dating someone, and at first, everything seems great, but over time, you notice a pattern. Every time you bring up a concern, whether it's about your time, money, or boundaries, it somehow gets flipped. Suddenly, you're the bad guy. You're apologizing, even when you're not wrong. Sound familiar? This is what manipulation looks like in action, shifting the blame, emotional baiting, or guilt tripping. And if you're not careful, it can chip away at your self-esteem. But here's the kicker. The Stoics give us tools to break free. Epictetus reminds us, man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. This means half the battle is mental. If you can train your mind to stay grounded, manipulation loses its grip. Averting manipulation. 1. Emotional awareness. Manipulation feeds on emotional reactivity. Think about it. When you're angry, upset, or defensive, you're easier to control. Here's an exercise. Next time you feel triggered, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Can I respond calmly? Marcus Aurelius said, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." That calmness is your superpower. 2. Setting boundaries with clarity. Boundaries are everything. Without them, you're like a ship without a rudder. Here's a script you can use. Hey, I value our relationship, but I need X. When Y happens, it makes me feel Z. Let's work on this together. It's direct, respectful, and puts the ball in their court. 3. Recognizing tactics. Now, let's talk tactics. Manipulators often use these 3 tools. 1. Guilt. If you love me, you'd do this. 2. Gaslighting. You're overreacting. That didn't happen. 3. Isolation. Keeping you away from friends or family. When you spot these, don't react emotionally. Respond with facts and confidence. Remember, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. That's straight from Marcus Aurelius. 4. Reflection and exercises. Alright, let's get introspective. Take a moment to think about a time when you felt manipulated. What was the trigger? How did you react? Now, grab a journal and answer these questions. 1. What boundaries can I set moving forward? 2. How can I stay calm in challenging situations? 3. Which Stoic principle can I apply today? Remember, self-improvement is a process. Small steps lead to big transformations. 5. Empowering conclusion. Let's bring this home. Manipulation only works if you give it power. By staying grounded, setting boundaries, and leaning on Stoic principles, you can rise above it not with bitterness, but with strength. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have endured worse than this," and he's right. You're stronger than you realize. 6. Why people manipulate, understanding the root causes. Let's take a moment to understand the psychology behind manipulation. Remember, manipulation often isn't about you, it's about the manipulator's insecurities or unmet needs. Please think of this: a manipulative person might feel powerless or unworthy deep down, and their behavior is a way to gain control or validate themselves. Here's where Stoicism gives us an edge. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. A manipulative person often lacks this mindset. They're stuck in a cycle of scarcity, always feeling like they need to take from others to feel whole. Does that excuse the behavior? Not, but it explains why they act the way they do, which can help us respond from a place of understanding, not anger. This understanding is what gives you the upper hand. 7. Advanced Stoic strategies to stay unaffected. 1. Detachment from outcomes. Here's a big one: detachment. A manipulative person thrives on your attachment to outcomes, whether it's their approval, affection, or attention. But Epictetus said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." This means you need to stop tying your happiness to what someone else does. When you let go of needing their validation, you strip away their power over you. Practical exercise: identify one thing you're overly attached to in a relationship. Ask yourself, if I didn't have this, would I still be okay? 2. The art of silence. Have you ever noticed how silence can be your most powerful weapon? Manipulators rely on your reactions, whether it's defensiveness, anger, or guilt. When you respond with calm silence, you disrupt their game. Seneca said, "It is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence." Silence isn't weakness, it's control. Practice taking a deep breath and pausing before responding. In that pause, you reclaim your power. 8. Role-playing scenarios, spotting and handling manipulation. Now let's get practical with some role-playing scenarios. These will help you identify manipulation and respond effectively. 1. Guilt trips. Manipulator: "If you cared about me, you'd cancel your plans and stay with me tonight." Stoic response: "I care about you, but my plans are important to me. Let's talk about another time we can spend together." 2. Gaslighting. Manipulator: "You're imagining things. I never said that." Stoic response: "I'm confident in my memory, and I'd like us to focus on resolving the issue, not debating what was said." 3. Overstepping boundaries. Manipulator: "Why do you need time alone? Are you mad at me?" Stoic response: "No, I'm not mad. I value my time, it helps me be my best self." Reflection: see how these responses are calm, firm, and respectful. That's the Stoic way, never reacting out of anger or fear, but always with clarity and strength. 9. Mastering the inner game, building resilience. We're in the home stretch now, and this is the most important part: building your inner fortress. Manipulation can't affect you if your inner world is strong. Here are 3 practices to master your inner game. 1. Daily reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, where did I maintain control today? Where did I lose it? Marcus Aurelius practiced this. He journaled every night to reinforce his principles. 2. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." 3. Surrounding yourself with positive influences. Distance yourself from people who drain your energy or manipulate you. Fill your circle with those who inspire and support you. 10. A final story. Triumph over manipulation. Let me end with a story of a client of mine who was stuck in a manipulative relationship. He felt trapped, confused, and unsure of how to move forward. But by applying Stoic principles, pausing before reacting, setting clear boundaries, and detaching from the outcome, she turned things around. Not only did he stop being manipulated, but he also grew into a more confident, grounded version of himself. That's the power of Stoicism. It doesn't just protect you, it transforms you. 11. The empowerment wrap-up. So, let's bring it all together. You've learned the key signs of manipulation, how to recognize the subtle tactics that some people use, and most importantly, how to respond with the wisdom of a Stoic. Manipulation loses its grip when you stand in your truth, guided by timeless principles. You are no longer a puppet to someone else's agenda, you are the master of your own life. But don't stop here. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Take what you've learned today and start applying it, one principle at a time. If this resonated with you, if you found value in this, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join the Disciplinarian League. Together, we are building a community of strength, wisdom, and discipline. Now, leave a comment. What's the biggest takeaway from this video? What's one principle you'll implement today? I read every single comment, and your insights inspire me to create even more impactful content. Bonus, tools and resources for continued growth. Before we wrap up, let me share some practical tools and resources to help you continue your journey. Books to read. O Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, a timeless guide to Stoic thought and personal discipline. O Discourses by Epictetus, full of wisdom on how to navigate life's challenges. Journaling practice. Start a daily Stoic journal. Reflect on situations where you maintain control or could have handled manipulation better. Affirmations for inner strength. Practice affirmations inspired by Stoicism. For example, I am in control of my reactions. I set boundaries to protect my peace. I do not seek validation from others. Join the League. Subscribing to this channel gives you access to weekly insights, tools, and strategies to fortify your mind and life. Closing the circle with a challenge. I want to leave you with a challenge. For the next 7 days, apply the principles we've discussed. 1. Set a boundary with someone who's been overstepping. 2. Pause before reacting emotionally in any situation. 3. Reflect each evening on where you succeeded in staying composed. Report back in the comments on your progress. Let's inspire each other to rise above the chaos and live with clarity and discipline. Final words. Remember, the power is within you. Stoicism isn't just about surviving manipulation, it's about thriving despite it. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and always stay true to your values. Don't forget to subscribe to the Disciplinarian League, like this video if you found it helpful, and share it with someone who might benefit from these insights. Until next time, stay strong and disciplined.